Hello, today I will be reviewing horsetrainingvideos.com, and the biggest lesson I go over is making sure that your website and the content is laid out in a way that guides a user through the whole website and doesn't just throw information at them. This is ultimately going to help you get those goals, get those sales, and really emphasize and show what a professional you are in your field. All right, let's get started. Hi there, I'm Ariana Lawson, and I've been building websites for going on 5 years now. I'm passionate about helping businesses authentically share their story online and at the same time create a website that is not only pleasing to the eye, but it's also a powerful business tool. Now, if you're interested in seeing what it's like to work with me, you can go to studiorawebsites.com/EEM and see all of the information there. Now, let's get started on this website review. Okay, first things first, I'm going to take just 1 minute to walk you through the rating system that I'm going to use. So there are 3 main categories I'll be looking at: the design of the website, the copy or written content of the website, and then the overall user experience of the website. Now, there are 30 points total available for each category, and then each category is divided into 3 sections worth 10 points each, again, totaling to 30 points. Now, if I have any notes, I'll leave them on the side here. And then also you can take notes as well down here or on the side. And then there will be 10 points available for the overall impression, equaling a total score of 100 points. Now, I'm going to say this because I want to serve you guys well, and I want you guys to have the best website possible. If you're scoring anywhere below, I would say a 65, it probably means you need to get a professional involved. Just like I wouldn't DIY training my horse or DIY building a house, I would highly suggest not DIYing your website and finding somebody who really knows how to design a really good professional website. All right, let's hop right in. Hello, today I will be reviewing horsetrainingvideos.com submitted by Larry. So to start things off here, I'm going to be looking at fonts and logos. I'm going to be looking to see that the logos and fonts are clean and legible and easy to read. So right off the bat, I would say the fonts are legible and clean. I would say they look updated and modern and not out of date. So great job there. And then I would say this is a cool logo. I like how you're on a horse and it's kind of overlapping the logo. So I would say great job with fonts and logos. Now, moving along, photos and elements. I am looking for good photos that add to the design. So overall, as I was looking throughout the site, I did see a lot of photos scattered throughout. However, there is definitely some updating, I would say, that needs to be done. Perhaps I would advise hiring a photographer for even just 1 hour to capture you with your horse, with your horses doing what you do best, whatever that may be, whatever you want to showcase. And then using even just having 100 photos or 50 photos that you get from that photo shoot throughout the website and having consistent looking photos will really help up level the site. So again, these are very cool action shot photos. However, they're not utilized in the best way. So with the photo shoot, definitely a photo shoot is great, but then some of these, I'm not saying these can't be utilized. However, utilizing them in a different way throughout the website could really help. So instead of just having them all in these squares and boxes, you could use it, displayed throughout the site. So with this section here, this is what I call the hero section. So this is some of the most important real estate on a website. So with the photos, having a photo here in the background that showcases a bit of who you are. And then oftentimes these photos in the back of this hero section are what I would say dimmed, because then you want to oftentimes have a header and a subheader. Sorry, I'm using my hands, but you want to have a header and then a subheader and then a call to action. So in this website that I mocked up, which was a quick mock-up, so not everything's perfect, but here you can see this background photos. This one is very dimmed just because I wanted that contrast to stand out. But we have this header, subheader, and then a call to action button clear. And also, you can notice that the photo is stretching all the way from the left to all the way on the right and is really utilizing that space well. So with the photos, I would say, yeah, getting that photo shoot, as I mentioned, and then let me just click a bit throughout the rest of the website. So, okay, yeah, I'm not seeing many other photos. So getting a few more photos could really help. And then these action shots can still be used throughout the website, but then having some more updated ones could really help things along. Okay. So I'm also going to be looking at elements. So elements mainly means if you have different branding elements or buttons. So this is a cool feature to show how and where people can watch your different videos. And then besides that, okay, I'm not seeing any buttons. Let's go to the home page. Okay, I do see one button here. So besides that, I don't see any other buttons or elements. So I'll leave my thoughts about that till a bit later. Okay, so colors. I'm looking for 3 to 5 complementary colors and ones that have proper contrast. So I can see that your main branding colors are this blue and white. And then there is this green. I'm not sure if that's actually part of your brand or if that's just green to make the button stand out. I would say you could definitely get away with at least 1 or 2 more colors to bring the brand and the site to life a bit more. I guess this is a different blue than the one up top, but I would say really establishing your brand and what colors you want them to be could really, again, help bring the site to life. And then say you have this blue, and then throughout the rest of the site, all of the buttons could be, say you choose a red or whatever color you choose, and you could have red as the accent color and have red buttons throughout the website. That's just a very off the top of my head example. Okay, so that was the design categories section. So moving along to the copy or messaging of the website. So first things first, I'm going to be doing the above the fold test. I'm going to be looking to see that there is a clear headline that leaves no question on what you do and is not focused on the logo. And there is a clear repeated call to action. Okay, so I'm seeing this here. This feels like a subheader. So let's see, free 30-day membership, training videos, audios, written instruction, and a whole lot more. So that is telling me a bit of what you do. However, the setup of this section does feel confusing. So again, as I said, utilizing this hero section in the best way possible is going to look like, first of all, having a photo that spans the full width, and then really having a quick one sentence, or not even one full sentence, but a phrase and then a sub header like this: top rated instruction for foundation to advanced horse training without unnecessary fluff or BS. That definitely feels like a sub header. So then coming up with a main header, the main thing you want to relay to people, and then having this sort of section down below is going to be good. However, top rated instruction, I would say, saying something like top rated instruction videos or tutorials or something, again, defining what you do. So you do define it here, but then including, if you're going to move this section, then including a bit of what you do, what you do, answering almost as best as you can, the who, what, when, where, how. Now, you don't have to answer every single one of those questions, but that's the general idea of the above the fold. You want people to know within seconds what you do when they land on the website, and not only what you do, but present it in a concise, clear way that is also aesthetically pleasing to the eye. Okay. So moving along, I'm looking for customer-centered copy or messaging, benefit-focused copy that connects with pains and desires. So initially, I don't see much up here. Okay, hi, I'm Larry. If you'd like to know how to teach your horse, you can learn exactly how to do it right here. Okay, so how to successfully, you'll see step by step. If you always wanted to do flying lead changes but don't know how. If so, this is a video training course. Okay, so I do see some copy here talking to the person, talking to their pain points. If your horse has bad behavior problems, this is the training course for you. So that's good. I would say, however, I'm not sure. As a user, this is my first time on this site. It is confusing to me what all of this is. Are these all different courses? Are they featured online streaming video? So the way I'm reviewing this is, trying to come at it from what a user would think and a user would see. And oftentimes people are going to be scrolling fast and they're going to be like, well, what's all this? So I'm not sure if these are blog posts, or I'm not sure if they're courses or products to buy, or if it's a mix of everything. So, okay, that was a bit of a side or a bunny trail, but going back to the customer-centered copy. So utilizing about sections and about pages to really speak, yes, share your story, but speak to the customer and speak to their pain points it's a huge opportunity to do so and really show them that you can relate to what they're going through. And not only can you relate, but you're setting yourself up as a guide. You're saying, hey, I've been there, done that, and here is how I can guide you through to getting the ultimate solution that you want. Here's how I can guide you through these pain points that you have to accomplishing your ultimate desires. So I hope that makes sense. Let's see. So services and offers is next what I'm looking at. Offers are presented as solutions to problems, and you have clearly outlined how to work with you and have clear and concise offerings. So this is getting a bit into what I was covering over here. I do find this whole setup pretty confusing. I'm not sure what's going on here, as if I was a user that just landed on this website. So, okay, I do see you have training and lessons, and then you have training videos and saddles and mechanical cow. So something I like to say about the homepage is you want to use the homepage and think about your homepage as almost a table of contents in a magazine. So you want to be showing snippets of everything, or most of the main parts of the website on your homepage. So you are doing that a bit here. You have your about section, and then you have your different services featured here, featured online streaming video, and then a blog. However, it does still feel confusing. Moving along though, let's go to training and lessons. Okay. So I would say this horse training fees. This initially feels pretty confusing, and having blocks of text like this for your services section, or having it laid out like this, does feel pretty confusing. So moving along here, I like how you have the check marks. I like how these things are divided up and it's clear. Let's see. Horse training fees, available lessons, boarding and services, miscellaneous fees. Okay, so again, not terrible organization. However, there are ways to set it up that will feel more engaging for the user and not just a whole list of everything, but, perhaps utilizing a photo that kind of represents something about the horse training or the available lessons, and then listing these details to the right, and then having another photo, and then having the boarding and services information to the left. And then this is a great opportunity on your services pages to have what I've talked about. Well, I haven't talked about it yet, but to have a call to action button. So really paying attention to and really honing in on, okay, what's the ultimate goal of the website? So making sure that, okay, there's a call me for current prices. So obviously this is a goal here, but forming this into a button and making sure it's clear and it's, a color that stands out is really going to help the website and also help guide the user to do exactly what you want them to do. Okay. So let's go to training videos. Streaming horse training videos you watch online with any computer, tablet, or smartphone. Okay. So I can tell it seems like you've put a lot of time and intention into these videos. So with that being said, I want to make sure you're getting the most out of the marketing and how you're promoting and showcasing these videos. So this here is, I can tell, obviously a mini marketing section showcasing it, but then it goes straight into this formatting, which again feels confusing. It's not clear on what's going on. Obviously, I can figure out that these are the different training videos, but it's not clear as a user, okay, what's the next step I should be doing? Do I need to, well, let me press one, but do I need to become a member first? Do I need to buy one and then I become a member? Do I get instant access to everything? Things like that. So perhaps as a user, I should be reading more. But also I am trying to look at this as, somebody that has come to this site for the first time and thinking about it in a way of, okay, how are people receiving and thinking about information? And the truth is, people do tend to very quickly look over information. So it's important to make it clear, very clear on what you do, how you do it, what are the exact steps that they need to do X, Y, Z, whatever you want them to accomplish on the site. Okay, so this is the one that I pressed. Okay, so it wasn't clear until way down on the page that, okay, the first step I need to do is become a member. So this is going to, okay, start by clicking the join now button, then fill out the secure checkout page. Okay, so this is very vital information that shouldn't be halfway down the page. This needs to be almost front and center on that other page of, okay, these are the exact 3 steps, the exact 5 steps you need to do to join or, to do or to purchase a course or a video. And then, yeah, FAQ sections. Okay, another about section, which I think you already covered. Okay, so it looks like there's some good copy here. Do you find yourself anxious or fearful whenever you ride? It's not a good feeling. Okay, so that's all good copy. However, utilizing it in a different way is definitely going to, again, up level the site and take it to the next level. So I always say you got to have good copy, you got to have good content, but you also got to pair it with good design, because you could have the best well-written copy in the world, but if it's just thrown on a website and it isn't formatted in a good way and it isn't on a well-designed website, odds are people are going to just skip right over it. And then the flip side is true. You can have a really well-designed site, but if it's really crappy or really bad content, then people might initially notice a nice design or a pretty design, but then they're going to quickly skip over that website or leave it because it's confusing on what they're supposed to do. So I hope that starts to make sense. Okay, so moving on to easy flow, or the flow of the website. I'm going to be looking for that there's an easy flow as you scroll and use of white space and it's pleasing to the eye. So I would say that there is good use of white space. Nothing feels particularly squished, at least up top here. As we go further down, this does feel random. This isn't aligned. This is kind of oddly to the right, which I know it's aligning with this text here. But for this header section, if that's just what I'm seeing initially, this feels oddly placed. And then scrolling, I would say there isn't much of a flow. It's just a list of a bunch of blog posts or the videos, and then it goes into horse training success story, which I do love that you have that. Having testimonials on your website is huge and it's gold. So if you can get more of those and add them to the website, but using them in strategic places. Okay, so you have a success story. So he watched one training video over and over. So showcasing which training video that is. This is a really good place to showcase exactly the video, and then this is exactly the result that this person received. So testimonials, again, are gold. So besides that, there's not much of a flow to the website. And then also with footers, this is a great and prime spot to list all of the information that somebody would need to get in touch with you. So I know that you have that listed in the top here. However, the industry standard for footers is also having it listed in the bottom. I'll show you an example of a website that I recently did this is a roofing company. So again, this is just the bottom of the website, and then I put a get in touch section, and then their telephone, address, email, hour. So there's no question on how to get in touch with them. Now, this stuff can be displayed throughout the rest of the website for sure, but also reiterating, making sure people see it repeatedly is key. So you don't have to have all of this information displayed, but this is just an example of a footer section and what is pretty standard for most websites nowadays. Okay, so moving along, information architecture. Information is organized and not overwhelming, hierarchy and copy and menu. So at the foundation, I would say you have good hierarchy. You're using a header and then, paragraph fonts. However, the rest of the information in chunks, this overall section of information and this overall section of information does feel more overwhelming. And same with this section. This has a lot of different, a header, but then this is a subheader, and then this is a header, and then maybe a subheader, and then another mini subheader. So this feels pretty confusing. And then for the menu, I would say, let's see, you have training and lessons and training videos, saddles, and mechanical cow. So you could really perhaps you could combine some of these, because if the mechanical cow is for sale, or I'm not sure if that's for sale or for rent, and then the saddles are for sale, you could definitely combine actually combine all three of these under store perhaps, and then have a drop down showing each one of them, and then you could go to the pages. But then having a home, I would say having at the minimum a home page, an about page, and then a contact page. And then from there, for you, maybe it would be, the store page, or for other people, I would say services, which you could also definitely have, because I know it looks like you offer training and lessons as well. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to move on to optimization. Whoops. And I am going to pull up the mobile version for this. Just 1 second. Okay, so the mobile version just looks like a mini desktop version, which when building a website, it can be tempting just to do that. However, so much website traffic comes through a phone nowadays. So making sure the website is optimized for mobile is huge. So I don't see anything particularly cut off. However, like this section here is just mini on the phone and it's really tiny text. And then the rest, like this section here, is just off to the right and there's no padding. It's almost cut off. It's not quite cut off, but almost cut off. And then I'm seeing, again, most of what we talked about for the rest of the website, but just on mobile version. So nothing is particularly cut off, but it is just something to always keep in mind. And, as you listen to these suggestions, keeping in mind the mobile version is going to be huge. So let's see. Okay. So thinking about the website in its entirety, I would say focusing in on the flow of the website is going to be huge. There, as I said earlier, there's not much of a flow happening. So I'm going to pull up this website that I very quickly mocked up, but just to kind of showcase an example of a flow of a website. So we have the header and subheader and call to action button. And then we have this section here with a few photos scattered, which this actually is supposed to be pulled all the way to the left. But regardless, then we have this section with a header showcased here that really grabs your attention, and then a paragraph here. But thinking about, okay, even if somebody doesn't read this paragraph, what can they still get out of this section here? And then a call to action button, and then some more, or a mini about a section that then guides the person into reading the full story, which, excuse the typo there. And then so on to the little snapshot of the services, and then a testimonial, and then a 3-step process on how to work with them, and then a ready to let go of the stress, another call to action button. So really making sure people have access to and know exactly what the goal of the website is going to be huge. So honing in on the flow of the website and the ultimate goal of the website. So then from there, creating call to actions throughout the whole website is going to be huge, again, to really guide people throughout. So I would say, with that, all that being said, there are a few options. Obviously, you can take all of this and implement it yourself, tweak these things yourself. However, if you have a professional that you go to that has helped you build this site, or and trust somebody, then I would say show them this video, see what they think, get their thoughts, and see if they have any differing thoughts. And then, of course, there is always the option to think about working with me. This is, again, I would say you have a great foundation. You have a lot of good copy, and with some tweaks, implementing these things that I have said today, this site could really start to be a powerful business tool for you, because you have the products, you have the the services. Obviously, you have the industry experience. And then on top of that, taking all of that and really bringing in somebody who can take all of that and package it together, package the design, and then, bring in the design element, and then bring in the copy element, utilizing the copy you have and then tweaking it here and there. I can totally see it being a powerful, powerful business tool for you. So with that being said, if you would be interested in chatting to see what it'd be like to work together, you can go to my website, which I did talk about at the beginning of this review, but I'll just put it here. It is studiorewebsites.com and then /EEM. And if you click apply now, that'll take you to a questionnaire, which, if you fill that out, will give me just more information on what the needs are of your website. And then we can either set up a time to chat, or I can provide a quote right after that. And of course, you can also get in touch with me right in the school group, and I am pretty active there, so I'm available to talk as well. So Larry, I hope this has been helpful. Again, you do have a great foundation of a website. And I would say with these tweaks, with these suggestions that I've talked about today, it's really, this whole site really has the potential to really up level the entirety of your online presence. Okay. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.